Welcome back. Today we're diving into something really interesting, a way to get an EU Golden Visa that kind of flips the usual approach on its head. It's all about the Greek program, but with a unique twist. Let's get right to it.
So here's the big question, right? Think about it. How could you possibly get your EU residency before your new home is even built? I mean, normally you buy the house, then you apply. But what if you could lock in that visa first? Well, there's this really clever investment model that does exactly that.
And here it is, the whole thing in a nutshell. Look at the order. Buy the land plus the permit, then you get your residency, and then you build the house. See? The really crucial part is that the construction only kicks off after your golden visa is already in your pocket. It's a brilliant way to take a lot of the risk out of the equation.
Okay, so let's walk through this whole journey step by step, from the initial purchase all the way to getting the keys to your brand new home. So it all happens in three pretty straightforward stages. First up, the purchase. You're not just buying a dream, you're buying a legally subdivided plot of land with the building permit all ready to go. The second that transaction is complete, boom, your lawyer is filing for the golden visa. Then, and only then, once you've got that approval, the third and final step begins. They build your home for you. It's a completely hands-off process.
Now, this is the secret sauce, the thing that makes this whole strategy possible. It all comes down to a specific point in Greek law. It says that owning the land and the permit is enough to qualify you for the golden visa. You don't actually need a finished building. That one little detail is the key that unlocks everything right from the start. It gives you this massive head start.
So, you do all this. What's the actual prize at the end? Let's talk about the golden visa itself. What do you get? And, just as importantly, how quickly does it happen?
And you're not going to be waiting around forever. The timeline is actually pretty fast. Once your application is in, you're looking at getting your official EU residency card in just 2 to 4 months. That's a really quick turnaround.
And this isn't just for you. The coverage is incredibly generous. Of course, it covers you and your spouse, it covers your kids under 21, and even dependent children up to age 24. But here's the real kicker. It also includes your parents and your spouse's parents. That's 3 generations covered under one application. You don't see that very often.
The terms are super flexible too. It's a 5-year residency and it's renewable. The only thing you have to do is keep the property. And maybe the best part? You don't even have to live in Greece. There's no physical residency requirement, which gives you total freedom to live, work, or travel wherever you want.
Okay, so the process makes sense, the benefits are clear. Now for the part everyone's waiting for. Let's talk about the money. What's the investment and what kind of return are we looking at?
All right, so if we're looking at projects in these high-growth areas, you'll see 2 main numbers. The first is the minimum investment needed to get in the door. That's 350,000 euros. That gets you the land, the permit, and gets the construction started. The all-in price for the fully finished home is 400,000 euros. So how does the money side of the project actually work? Well, it's pretty smart. You can see the first batch of investors, 20 of them, get in at that lower price point. Their money is what funds buying the land and getting the building started. Then, the next 10 plots are sold at the full price. That money is used to complete all the construction and, for the project's profit. It's a staged model that makes the whole thing financially sound. So you're probably asking, what's in it for me financially? Well, because you're getting in at the very beginning, when it's just land value, you get to capture all the value that's added during the build. So once your home is totally finished, the idea is that its market value could be 20 to 30% higher than what you paid. That's a pretty significant potential return.
Okay, an investment this big, of course you're going to have some questions. It's totally natural. So let's tackle some of the biggest what-ifs that people worry about. Here's a huge one, right? What if the project gets delayed? Construction timelines can slip, so what happens if it takes longer than everyone thought?
Well, the answer is all in the contract. It's written specifically to protect you. There are actual financial penalties for delays, and, even more important, there are guarantees that the home will be finished. It's not just a handshake deal.
Okay, another really important question. We all know these golden visa laws can change. Governments tweak them all the time. So what happens if the rules in Greece change after you've put your money down?
This is where a really important principle comes into play called grandfathering. Basically, if you buy and apply before the rules change, you're locked in under the old rules. Your application gets processed based on the law as it was when you started. It's a huge protection against future legal shifts.
And maybe this is the biggest question of all, the one that keeps people up at night. How do I know my investment is secure? Is my money actually safe?
The security here is something you can, well, almost touch. Your investment isn't just a number in a spreadsheet or a share in some company. It's tied to a real physical piece of property. From the very first day, the official land deed is in your name. That's your security. That's the foundation of the whole thing.
So when you put it all together, you can really see the two paths you could take. You know, the typical route is buying a finished apartment. You pay the full market price, and you can only apply for the visa after it's all done. With this land and build model, though, you get to apply for the visa right away, you get to benefit from the value increase during construction, and the whole build is handled for you. It's a totally different approach.
Yeah, it really boils down to this single idea. You secure the golden visa fast, and you also get to profit from the value that's created when the house is built. It's hitting two targets with one stone, right? Speed for the residency and potential profit for the investment.
And that really leaves us with a final thought to chew on. The real choice here isn't just, which property should I buy? It's how should I invest? Are you just buying a product off the shelf at full price, or are you investing in a smarter process? One that's designed to give you both the residency you want and a financial return. That's the question to ask yourself.